Here's something we think you really need to know about. Chronic absenteeism is on the rise in schools across the nation. More than a quarter of students missed at least 10% of the 2021 to 2022 school year. That's about 3 weeks of school. And that's the average, okay? So many people are missing a lot more than that. And that amounts to a staggering 6.5 million students. And the trend could have lasting implications on them and on us, as chronically absent students are more likely to eventually drop out, and then there's lots of consequences from there. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders joins us, and I know education has been a big focus of yours. I'm wondering if you have seen an issue of absenteeism in Arkansas, if you're hearing about that from fellow governors, and what do you think can and should be done about that?
It's absolutely become a problem. It's another one of the awful things that we saw as a result of the lockdowns that came at the hands of COVID. It's one of the reasons that we vowed here in the state never to shut our schools down again, because a lot of those students that went home never came back. It's also the reason that we've made education our #1 priority. We lost a lot of ground during that 2-year time frame, and we were already, students across this country were already vastly further behind than they should be. We have passed the most comprehensive education reform package here in the state of Arkansas in our state's history, possibly anywhere in the country, because we know what a critical thing education is to put every student on a pathway to success. We are focusing heavily on this, and we know that this is the best place we can spend our time and money to help give our students opportunities to move forward.
When the nation's report card came out, former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice, a product of great education herself, she was dismayed about these numbers. We'll put them up here on the board for you. This is the averages going down in reading by 4 points and math by 9 points, and that's for 13-year-olds. It was the same for 8-year-olds, and other subjects were not good either. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice called it a national humiliation. We've also been talking to Mississippi and focusing on the amazing gains that they've put forward. And former Governor Phil Bryant said that when you came on board as governor, you said, let's do something similar. How soon do you think you'll be able to see results in Arkansas?
I think we'll see, some movement after this first school year. Literacy is one of the most critical foundation kind of data points that we know drives a student's long-term success. We've seen states like Mississippi make significant strides. Arkansas has taken a lot of the success that they have, implemented that, and even gone above and beyond what they were able to do there in terms of legislation and investment in resources and dollars. We've taken our teachers from being the lowest paid in the country to top 5 overnight, and we are going to continue to invest in places that we know are proven and evidence-based solutions to really help our students be successful. We want to make sure that every single student in Arkansas has access to a quality education, and the Arkansas Learns legislation is a great start, and I think we'll see results even after this first school year.
There's a little bit of controversy right now. There's an accusation that the Arkansas Education Department removed credit for controversial AP African American Studies course. Let me just read to you what the NAACP said and let you respond. They said the Arkansas State Conference of the NAACP is appalled at the recent decision of Arkansas Department of Education to make a hasteful decision at the final hour to do away with AP African American Studies. Is that really what happened there?
Absolutely not. And one of the things that we have talked about so much, and Dana, I think the point that you made a minute ago about the staggering numbers that we're seeing across this country, we've got to get back to the basics of teaching math, of teaching reading, writing, and American history. And we cannot perpetuate a lie to our students and push this propaganda, leftist agenda, teaching our kids to hate America and hate one another. It's one of the reasons that we put into law banning things like indoctrination and CRT. We want our kids to receive a quality education, and we want to make sure that every student has access to it and a pathway to prosperity, and that's exactly what we're doing here in the state of Arkansas.
The last thing is that there's a judge hearing arguments on something that you're taking initiative on, and that is children and social media. And a judge has looked at this, the Social Media Safety Act, taking a look and seeing. I did wonder, is it all social media or something like YouTube? Does that come under this as well?
The focus is a starting place, and right now we are seeing just an enormous increase in the number of students, particularly those ages from about 9 to 16, a major increase in anxiety and depression and suicide, largely driven by an increase in social media use. We're not saying that a student or a child can't have access. We're just saying they need parental permission to do so. We have to do a better job of protecting our kids and fighting back against big tech. We know that it is addictive, and we know that it is causing harm to our kids. Not only as a governor, but as a mom, I'm not going to sit back and do nothing while we are watching a national crisis take place and not step in and do more to protect our kids. And that's exactly what this legislation does.
I know that China last week floated the idea of only allowing 2 hours per day on a smartphone for their children. So what do they know? Last thing, you have not endorsed anyone in the GOP primary 2024. I just want to make sure you're sticking to that. Nothing to come. No news to make today.
No news to make today. My focus has been strictly on Arkansas. I'm going to continue to try to do the best job I can here as governor. I think we're off to an amazing start, and I'm going to continue to keep my focus right here at home.
All right. Thanks for coming on. Good to see you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.